So today we're going to ask the age-old question, but with a fresh and very real perspective. Do I need an estate plan? Before we get there, I'd like you to think about a friend that's going through a crazy what-if scenario that creeped into their lives. But they were prepared because you shared this video. We would appreciate it, as will your friend. I'm Valerie Zammitti, an estate planning attorney in New York and New Jersey, and we're here to educate everyone for free. So please drop your questions for us, and hopefully together we can help some folks along the way. Now, do I need an estate plan? I know I've said it before, but if you are 18 or older, the answer is yes. Okay? The key here is that there are many young adults, middle-aged folks, and those we lovingly call seniors who have the mindset that says, if I'm no longer here, I don't really care, right? Doesn't matter to me. Whatever happens, happens. And that's fine, despite the fact that you should realize that not planning probably creates a little bit of a hubbub, a mess, a confusion for the people you're leaving behind. But maybe, again, that's not your worry. You don't really, want to think about it, and that's not your concern. And you're saying they can handle it because they're going to receive it, right? And that's perfectly okay. But I want to ask you, if that happens to be you, whether or not you knew that an estate plan also takes care of you during your lifetime. So part of an estate plan is what we call incapacity planning. So if you imagine that you are either injured or ill, and you need somebody there to help make choices for you, right? Are you okay with your mom, your dad, your sister, your brother, your crazy aunt or uncle being that decision maker, right? Without you having the choice of which person you feel most comfortable with in that role, and hopefully, backup or two, those people might be the ones in charge, and they might not be the right fit. So if you're, like I said, injured or ill and you don't have the ability to express your own wishes relative to your care, someone who you haven't named is going to do that on your behalf. And you're still here, you're still around, right? This is not after your passing. And the same goes for your financial stuff, right? So if you're unable to take care of your bill paying because you're ailing from something of some kind, do you trust all of the people in your immediate family to take on that role? Right? And I say all because it could be any one of them who ends up in that capacity, in that role for you. And unless you've designated whom you specifically want in a written document, it could be anyone. And they're going to be the ones in charge, handling your money that you've worked for, because you need to continue living on it, right? You're still around. So is mom good in that role? Is dad good in that role? Brother, sister, do you trust them? Right? Maybe it's going to be someone a little bit more remote because you don't have those immediate folks around you. I don't know if it would be maybe one of your kids who just turned 18. I don't know. Maybe they're more responsible than your sibling. But the point is, without a written document, you're not making the choice, and it could be any one of those folks, which can be a scary circumstance if any of them are just not really suited to be, I don't want to use the word trustworthy, but and they don't have to be super knowledgeable, but just sort of cognizant enough to figure out what are the right choices, right? And you can look at their own lives. Have they made the right choices, whether it's medical or financial, and found enough guidance from professionals to make those choices, even if it's not, in their expertise. So know that any one of your family members could end up in those roles. And maybe you have no relationship with your family members and would have rathered your partner who you're not married to, or a friend. That's not even on the table as an option. So keep that in mind. And we've even had clients, I'm just thinking specifically about this one 18, 19-year-old young woman. And she was super clear that dad was going to be the financial person and mom was going to be the health person. And It was not mixing, matching, either way. Granted, the parents were probably alternates somewhere, but she kind of knew who would be in the better role. So, if a young adult can figure it out, maybe you can too, right? And you know that those roles are important in who you choose. So we hope that you've learned something new here today, that you choose to share. And as always from us, please take care.